Hey, hello friends. Welcome to my channel SAP SD and ABAP League Support. Today we will discuss about the RICEFW objects, the basics about RICEFW objects. And one of our friend from our channel went for an interview and they asked this question only: what is RICEFW and in which situations we'll go for and which objects? Okay. Okay. So the RICEFW we can call it in RICEFW or WRICF, RICEFW or WRICEF. Okay, so we can call it in either of this way, but both are same only. Okay, so basically it represents R means reports and I means interfaces, C means conversions, and E means enhancements, and F stands for forms, and W is workflows. These are the meaning of this all these objects, ABAP objects. And if we speak about reports, okay, it might be an ABAP report, or it might be an BI, or BEX, or Visual Composer, and Crystal reports. So under reports, we have this many kind of variations are there. Okay, and coming to interfaces, so interfaces also we can use RFC as an interface, and IDOCS, and BOPI, LSM, LSMW, and BDC, XIRPI, and any other third party middleware. This is for an reports, interfaces. And if we speak about conversions, that means these are the technologies that we use under each and every objects. So the report can be developed either of these ways, and similarly, interface can be fulfilled based on these functionalities or technologies. And if you speak about conversions, it might be in BDC, or again BOPI, LSMW, IDOCS, and ALE. So by using these concepts or functionalities, we can fulfill the conversions. Okay, conversion nothing but loading the data from one system to another system. And we can go for enhancements. So in enhancements, we have user exits, we have bodies, and again LSMW. Sorry, LSMW won't come here. So we can mention as a modification. Okay, and customer exits, function exits, and enhancement points or sections. Okay, so by using these techniques, we can using these functionalities, we can go ahead with enhancements. And if we speak about forms, so in forms we have again SAP script, smart forms, Adobe Forms, and WebDyn Pro, Java, or WebDyn Pro, ABAP as well. And coming to workflows, okay, in workflows we have SAP workflows, SAP BPM, and we have UWL like this. But basically, we will work on the only SAP workflows only in our project. Even I also haven't worked on this SAP BPM and UWL, but we should aware of this. We can explore it later if required. Okay. And coming to enhancements, I have explored everything here: user exit, bodies, modification, and custom exits, function exits. I have explored everything. Forms also, I have explored SAP script, smart forms, and Adobe Forms. And coming to interfaces, we can use RFC, IDOCS, BOPI, LSMW, BDC, XIPI. I have explored everything in the interfaces. Coming into reports, I explored only to ABAP and BI only. Okay, so these are the things which will be used under each and every ABAP objects to fulfill the requirements. Okay, in the interview, if you simply say that R for report, that's it means it won't be. We need to give more. We need to add more points to each and every objects, right? That point of time you can add these points, whichever you come to your mind. That point of time, right? You can specify that. Okay, then before going to understand which objects we should use in which situations, right? First, we will understand that methodology that we will use, right? So in ECC, we use ASAP methodology. Okay, so we have different phases in ASAP methodology like project preparation. Then we go for a business blueprint. Then realization. The next one is final preparation. Then next is go live and support. Okay, so in ASAP methodology, right, we have different phases are available, and every time we will come to know whether the client requirement can be fulfilled or not in the realization phase only. So in the realization phase, we will go for an identifying the objects based on the requirement of the customer. Suppose he wants to develop to one custom report which is not fulfilled by the standard report, then we can go ahead with the object R. Or else he want to transfer some data to the third party vendor, then we can use our middleware PI or XI. If that system is not an SAP system, that's a different system they are using means, then we can go with PI and XI. If they are using the same system like SAP means, then you can use ALE or RFC to transfer the data, right? So in a way, and if they want to develop a new smart forms, its output, if it's new output requirement, new layout design needs to be developed, then we can go for an smart form, right? So like this, we can go ahead and identify the objects. And if they want to introduce some functionality like the plan should determine not from that CMIR, customer or metal master. It should determine in a different way, like it based on this ship to customer, material sold to combinations, get the plant from this plant, determine in other combinations, determine the other one, right? So these kind of things will comes under enhancements. Okay, so coming to in S4 HANA, so in S4 HANA we use activate methodology. So in activate methodology also we have different phases like discover, prepare, explore, and we have this activate and deploy and run it. Run it means execute. Okay, so these are these phases in activate methodology, right? Okay, so coming to activate methodology, we will identify the RICEF objects in the explore phase only. Okay, in explore phase, we will identify the RICEFW objects. So let me mention here as well. So here we will identify in realization only. Okay, in ASAP methodology, we will identify that objects in realization, and in S4 HANA, we will identify that in explore phase only. Okay, one more question you might get, that how to identify these objects, how to understand that whether we should go for an development of a new race of objects or we can live with it. Okay, so to identify rise of W objects for the requirement, for the client requirement, so we should have strong knowledge in our area. In SAP SD, we should have some good knowledge, exposure to the standard behaviors, what configurations are available. We need to explore that, and if you know the configurations, standard things means, then you can easily understand that whether it can be fulfilled in a standard design or not. Okay, for this only we will use the functionality technique called fit gap analysis. So in fit gap analysis, we will first verify the configuration, then we will check the standard, how the standard code, how the works. So based on these two things, we can determine that whether we can go for an development of new objects, or we can fulfill with the existing ASIF standard design only. So we can verify that configuration, everything's available or not, and then we can check the standard functionality, how it behaves, right? So based on these two things, we can determine if the client requirement is not fulfilled with these two things, configuration and standard code changes means, then definitely we should go for an. So this is called fit. Fit means it's a standard behavior. Okay, now let's go for gap. Okay, in gap, we can determine that it's out of scope. Out of scope means not possible to fulfill with standard requirement. Again, then we will go for an rise of W objects. Okay, so by using this standard configuration and having knowledge in that ABAP functionalities, then we can go for this development of this each and every objects whichever is required. Okay, that's it from this video, friend. If you have any doubts or queries, please do let me know in the comment section. I will try to answer it. Bye for now. Thanks everyone.